Well, hello there, my fellow Doombots, and I just am fresh out of the theater of watching the Thunderbolts, and let me tell you, this was a great movie. I really enjoyed this movie. It had a lot of themes that were very deep. It was about childhood trauma. It was about coming to terms with the things that you've done in the past, and this movie really showed you the themes. It showed you how the characters of this movie were dealing with the past, and overall I thought that the characters in this film were really great. Florence Pugh as Elena Belova, Bucky Barnes was back to being his Winter Soldier self. Of course, you had Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I love David Harbour and Wyatt Russell, and I was actually quite surprised by how much I did like Ava Starr as Ghost in this film. But for me, the standout has to be Louis Pullman as Robert Reynolds, aka Bob. Without going into too much spoilers, the character of Bob plays an integral role in this movie. You probably already know by now what character Bob is. They don't do it 100% like they do it in the comics, but for sure, I was pleasantly surprised at how much I like this character and how dark they made him in this film. Overall, I do have to agree with the consensus that this is one of the better MCU movies we have gotten in quite some time. I think this is like a top 10 MCU movie. It's better than the last Captain America movie we got. It really reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, but then with the twist that it doesn't have as good of a soundtrack and it's more about like the ghosts in the past, you know. But I really did enjoy this film, and I thought it was really well made. I do suggest that you go watch this film in the cinema because it was quite an experience, and it also gets quite emotional. I even cried twice during watching this film, man. Especially Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh. She had me tearing up a couple times. Same with Louis Pullman. It was a great theater experience. And yes, at the end you do find out what the asterisk stands for, but I'll be making a separate video on that after I post this. So overall, yes, I liked it. It is one of the better films. I would say it's doomtastic. I would say you would watch it. But there is one asterisk by me saying that this movie, I think, has the worst post-credit scene ever in the MCU. But I'll get to that also later because I'm planning on dropping 2 more videos today. I'm planning on dropping one a video on what the asterisk means, and another video on why Thunderbolts has the worst post-credit scene in MCU history. But that's it from me, my fellow Doombots. Doombot out, and have yourself a happy Doomsday, and thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. If you have not yet seen it, on this channel we have just released a masterpiece. It's called Chicken Jockey Hallelujah, Nacho Libre. It's one of my best songs I've ever made. Please go check that one out.
Theater crumbled when they yelled chicken jockey, chicken jockey, chicken jockey.